Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with my co-host, James Mason, where our goal is to bring you some insights and ideas for your daily trading activities. Good morning, James. How are you?
Good morning, Todd. I am doing well. How are you doing today?
Doing well.
All right, everyone. So, if you looked at the pre-market thus far, it is red. Red
across the board.
Yep. And that is good for ticker BNKD. Anyways, Dow futures currently down 214 points. S&P down 23.5 points. And it's just going to keep on getting beat down because the newest report, U.S. retail sales slumped 1.1% due to shortage of cars and a shift in consumer spending. Americans cut spending at retail stores in July for the second time in 3 months, reflecting a shift towards services such as travel and entertainment and limited selection on popular products such as new cars. So that's going to take a strong hit on companies like General Motors, ticker GM. So if you're long in that, probably should unlong yourself and look in another direction.
That's another technical term, unlong yourself.
Yeah, unlong yourself. Trademark. No one can claim that one.
It's interesting how the chip shortage and how the domino effect, how it affects the overall market. Even Home Depot had a good earnings report, but they dropped this morning in the pre-market because people are doing it yourselves because they're not driving their cars as much. They're doing more stuff at home. They're not going out. They're not going out to eat and travel because they're staying at home because of their cars.
Shoot, if you ask me, this is the best time to be going out doing stuff. You don't really have to see people. Like going to a restaurant, man, there's no one there. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we took my wife out for dinner Sunday, and it was amazing how empty the restaurant was walking through it. There was no wait. There was no people standing around. It was so people understand these decisions at the congressional level, the presidential level, and how it domino effects into our daily trading and our daily lives, how it's all connected.
Seriously. That's why when it comes to trading, I mean, you really need to pay attention to everything in the market. I mean, even if you don't fully understand it, you need to at least hear it because there'll be certain things that you'll remember that will pop up later and it'll be like a light bulb going off. You're like, I do remember that part right there. And that is the why. So you constantly have to be just paying attention to what's going on in just the market in general.
Well, we talked about this yesterday briefly, like Afghanistan. That's a macro event that most people aren't paying attention to, that aren't really dialed in, but there are going to be domino effects from that decision. And you don't have to be all the details of it, but you have to be aware of these decisions and how they affect our front porches.
Absolutely. Like, I'm just curious if the Taliban bought like spy put contracts or something, because they knew what they were doing, They're probably like, take our terrorist funds and yes, allocate the funds from anthrax to spy put contracts. We're gonna ride the market down and then flip our money, and then we're gonna throw it all into POAI.
That's a good segue. Today's an important day for POAI, isn't it?
Yeah. So we have the final vote now, guys. With this vote, it's to be expected for them to win it. I pretty much would say yes, they're going to have the votes. If for some weird reason they don't, which they're going to win the vote. But for some weird reason they don't, yeah, shit will get bad. But they got the votes. Now, with that being said, whenever they declare that they have the votes for proposal number 1, it's not just going to take off, guys. Like, don't expect that. Like, just because they win this vote first proposal. Don't expect it to just take off running. That is not the catalyst. But if they can get the PPS value over 125, there'll be a shit ton of warrants that will be up to be exercised. That is the key point here. And once they exercise those warrants, you'll see millions of shares being bought on the open market. And I mean, it'll literally just be like massive green candlestick. And you'll just start seeing this just bullish momentum come out of nowhere all of a sudden. And that is when you'll know that they're buying. I mean, that's when you know that they're exercising those warrants. Now, again, when I say that this bullish momentum will set in, and for those warrants to be exercised, we have to be over $1.25. But when I say that these warrants, like how this will work in this bullish volume, it's not going to be, like a couple 100,000, million. It's going to be millions and millions of shares, probably 10, 15 million shares.
Are you thinking, James, that we're going to see with the vote, when the PR, the vote passes, are you thinking that's going to be enough to push this over $1.25? Or are you thinking there's, all right, that's what I wanted to clarify. We're probably not, we may see a bump, a couple pennies here or there, but we're not. But again, the vote is not the catalyst, but the vote is what has to happen so they can announce the catalyst that's coming down the pipe.
Yes.
All right. So I just want everyone to be clear about that. And we're fully expecting, based on just common sense and how people run their tickers and run their companies and how they get these prices up, we're expecting to hear some good news soon. Maybe not this week, but soon.
Yeah. And again, guys, man, we don't have a clue when they're going to drop news. I mean, that'd be insider trading. Even if we did know, we sure ain't going to tell y'all, because everybody's going to go running and be like, hey, Bob, is this true? Is this insider trading information true? It better be true, or I'm going to tell the SEC. That's literally what people have emailed them, like crap like that. Like, freaking embarrassing.
Well, if we told them when it was happening, we'd be doing StockCast from right here. So
yeah. Like, we'd have to change this. Never mind.
The stripes of my shirt may go a different direction.
Yeah. Thank you, beautiful. You want some of my food? Hold on, I have to pay my tariff. Thank you for the straw. So,
Make sure you tip.
What's that?
Make sure you tip her really good too.
Okay, hold on, baby. I am. I'm gonna break her off a piece of bread. Here, baby. Okay. Here you go. Hey.
Lewis, I like the comment. Would be Jailcast. That's right. Todd and James will have their own chain gang. Yep.
Not beautiful. Yeah. So yeah, guys, like, you're gonna see people in comment sections losing their minds, complaining about, they won the vote and this didn't do nothing. This is BS and whatever. Just tell them to sell their damn shares. Like, I'm so sick and tired of people crying over this. Like, people fully can't grasp what a catalyst play is. And it's just, honestly, it's just too much for most people. They can't handle it. They were expecting this to literally go to the moon almost overnight. So, yeah, that's pretty much all to say about the predictive oncology vote.
All right.
Yeah. So other than that, man, pre-market is kind of just, I don't know. We started for a few weeks. We started getting some decent pre-market news, but now it's just back to being trash.
You know when POAI is going to drop. I just figured out. I know the secret algorithm code when POAI is going to drop.
What's that?
Thursday or Friday when you don't have internet. So you may be hanging out at Starbucks.
Dude, I'll be so mad. Man, I'll be so mad. That would be my luck, though. But yeah, like, I mean, other than that, let's run through the comments.
All right.
I mean, as for like stuff that I'm watching today, I'm really not even watching anything today. I mean, I kind of have my eye on GM, but what I'm really looking overall for with GM, I'm wanting to watch that 9 EMA. I do expect the physical 9 EMA to come down here, bounce off that 200 EMA, just have a slight little bounce, come back up. But really the crossover of that 9 EMA and 200, that's when I'm planning to buy put contracts with that, based off of that last report. Rebecca, I am not holding NAOV. I got out yesterday. I had a stop loss in at 390, and when it went down to hit 390, some of my shares filled at 390 to sell off, and most of it got filled at like 384, I think. And then that bad boy just dropped. But other than that, I mean, I still kind of feel good overall with NAOV. It's just I need to see and wait for that break above that high now. That'll be the most critical factor in this play, is that break above 408. So that is what I'm waiting for on NAOV. All right, Todd, we have anything in the comments?
Yeah, there's Team Todd. I like that comment.
Oh, that's a typo. Let's see. All right, so yeah, it looks like it's kind of slow in the comments as well. And yeah, other than that, that's all I have today, Todd. Do you have anything else?
Nope. I'm going to ban Rebecca.
What was that?
She typed all caps.
Yes. There we go. Team James.
She doesn't get on the board unless she tips. So that's a.
She didn't tip. She earned this one.
Oh, she earned one. All right.
That's why it's being marqueed right now on the show. Team James. Y'all remember that. That's what the show's about. Team James.
True. Let's be honest. Oh Lordy. Okay, we're less than 10 minutes to market, about 9 minutes away to go. Today looks like it's going to be red. Be careful. Be smart about your trades. Any final words you want to add, James?
Yes. To answer John's question about SONM. So they released earnings yesterday. The earnings, honestly, I mean, let me pull them up. For them to be as beat down as they are, the earning for what they released in the earnings was honestly to be kind of expected, which is good. So on a technical analysis level, and now that we have the earnings, we have a fundamental update. This should serve as a solid freaking bottom and a support right here around this 39-40 cent range, this whole area. So we should start seeing some bullish momentum set in, and really all we need now is just to get more eyes on this stock. I was kind of hoping that day we're going to have something that had more thrills in it, but I mean, their PR was kind of just bland, to be honest. But at least we got those earnings out of the way. We understand that fundamentally there's really not crap that's like bad going on. But now they need to do something to save their PPS. So I'm currently in at 40.83. That is my average. And I am looking, honestly, I'm looking just to take it up to like 80 cents. But I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. Like if this thing went up to like 60 cents, I mean, you're talking 50% profit. I'm still okay with taking that. So like, don't get so caught up on like overall target prices. I mean, yeah, could this thing shoot up to $1.50? Yeah, but I mean, no one knows that. If we knew what it was going to do, we'd all be billionaires, and then $1 billion wouldn't even matter anymore.
Correct.
So, but yeah, that's all I had to say. Other than that, Todd? And everyone else, take care, trade safe, trade smart, and I will see y'all in the next one.
Have a good day.